Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arya Priyangga Sumardi from English Education Class B. So in this video, I will explain about my research plan, and the title is Interactive Writing in Enhancing Students' Writing at SMA Negeri 3 in Rekang. And especially in this video, I will um, explain the chapter 2, that is the literature review. Okay, so in this chapter, with review of previous study, some written ideas, and the conceptual frameworks. So there are several points we will discuss. The first is review of previous study. So in this chapter, the researcher would like to review some previous studies on writing that support this research about interactive writing instruction to enhance students' writing. So there are so many previous study about this material. For example, from Cronenberg, in his research, there were many advantages and challenge of using interactive writing. Adopting interactive writing in writing class makes the student be independent writers, and many more about the previous study of this material. And then the second point is about the sum of pattern ideas in writing. So there are some ideas in the in this material. The first is definition of writing. There are so many definition of writing. For example, from Sadegi, define that writing is a language skills that is very important, especially for students majoring in English and majors related to the English language. Writing skills are necessary to achieve academic success, and many more. The ideas about the definition of writing, like Kirmizi and like Bookward, that shown in this PowerPoint. Uh, from this statement above, the writer concludes that writing is a very important language skill that can be used to communicate, to express ideas, or to convey a message. Writing is a language that is not easy and very difficult to some students. The result of thought and feeling are the natural result of writing. Okay, the second is elements of writing. So according to Oshima and Hoggu, uh, they define that there are five elements in writing. They are content, organization, language use, vocabulary, and mechanics. The first is content. Content refers to the relevance, clarity, and originality of the writing. So the good content should be uh, unified and complete. The second is organization. Organization means that the writer is able to plan and organize words into paragraphs from in accordance with their ideas and intentions. In writing, the writer should know that without proper organization, the writing may be disconnected, unclear, and confusing, and difficult for the reader to understand what kinds of paragraph that they want to write. Uh, the third is the language use. Language used in writing, according to Cole, he states that language used in writing description and other forms of writing involve correct usage and points of grammar. However, considering that there are many points of grammar, the writer would like to quote a little literature about verbs, noun, and agreement. Next is the vocabulary. A good writer should be master vocabulary and idioms as the language aspect dealing with the process of writing. The writer has to consider about how to put the words into paragraph until they can build a piece of writing. The next is the mechanics. It deals with capitalization, punctuation, spelling, and others. It's very important part in writing because it will lead the reader to recognize immediately what the writer means. The next is the problem of writing. So writing is not easy for students, as Gebhardt state that the students are able to write, but there are some factors that make students are not interested in writing. The first is lack of understanding of students about the writing process. Writing requires a process that needs to be paced, but the lack of understanding of students about writing it makes them fall apart. And the second is some students cannot write in English. Sometimes they want to give up and believe that they cannot write. And then the writing process. So there are some steps in writing process. The first is pre-writing. In this step, the writer analyzes the audience and then determines the writer's purpose in writing. After that, limit the scope of what you will cover, and the last generate potential content. The second is drafting. In this step, the writer makes a case and structures of evidence for that case. The next is conferencing. In this step, the writer will assess how writing is progressing and to help the writer focus on issues confronting the pieces of writing. The next is revising. In the step, the writer may have to repeat the writing three or four times before the writer is satisfied with the writing. And then editing. In the step, the writer have revised a piece of writing for its content. The writer is ready to check it for its accuracy. The last is publishing or sharing. After all, the writer is now ready to share their finished writing with other people. Here are some ways that the writer could do like give it to your teacher to respond, read it out read it out loud in class, and make it into a book for keeping in the school library. And the next part is definitions of interactive writing. So interactive writing is a time when the students learn about the process of writing as they plan and write together with the support of their teacher. That's a definition of interactive writing according to Wall. At this time, interactive rating may be used for specific purposes to meet the challenge of more complex writing like complex punctuation, complex sentence structure, and vocabulary, and others. From above explanation about the meaning of interactive writing by several experts, the researcher conclude that interactive writing appears to be a strong instructional approach to help children understand the writing process. Interactive writing is one method of instruction of writing that can improve student reading ability and can enhance students' interest in writing with the teacher help. The next is the step of interactive rating. So according to Pinel and McCarver, uh, there are several steps of interactive rating. They are provide a base of activity learning experience, talk to establish purpose, construct the text, reread, revise, uh, proofread the text, revisit the text to support word solving, summarizing the learning, and extend the learning. Uh, the next, the benefits of interactive writing. So, according to Pinnet and McCarrier, the benefits of interactive writing are the first, the student will more likely interest in writing for assistance from the teacher. The second is the student who read and write very little independently have a chance to see themselves as readers and writers. And the last is the students gain knowledge that can be used to create other texts. The Again, the next material about the conceptual framework. So here are the picture of the concept framework. So in the top the there is the students of senior high school, and then interactive writing instruction, and then students reading skills and student interest. In the bottom table, their content, vocabulary, organization, language use, and mechanics. So the student of SMA Negeri 3 Rekang got treatment by using interactive writing to observe students' writing skills and students' interest in writing. So, student or writing skill consists of content, vocabulary, organization, language use, and mechanics. And according to Pinel and McCarrier about the step of interactive writing, they are provide a base of active learning experience taught to establish purpose, construct the text, revise and proofread the text, revisit the text to support word solving, summarize the learning, and extend the learning. Both of complex text and construct text, the researcher only use the construct text. So there are points that I will add in this chapter. That is the resume. So this is the last point of this chapter. That is resume. So writing is one of important skills in learning English. Based on Ismail, the research that some of students in Indonesia avoid writing. It means that Indonesian students need a help students in helping in learning writing. The teacher need an instruction to guide students be independent writer and good writer. Interactive writing is one of instruction of in teaching writing that can be applied in teaching writing classroom to enhance student interest in writing. So interactive writing have benefits. One of the benefit is the student can gain knowledge that can be used to create the other text. So that's all about the literature review or the chapter 2 on this research plan, that is interactive writing in enhancing students writing at SMA Negeri 3 Rekang. So I hope we all get the benefits of this explanation, and I'm really sorry if I do so many mistakes, because I still learning about this material. So I'm so sorry if there is a mistake or others that uh, and I really sorry about that. So thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.